A Thing in the Woods. Chapter 22. What happened to me back then quickly faded into what felt like half-remembered dreams. After some time, I wasn't sure what had really happened and what I'd made up. I never heard the laughter again, nor felt the tapping. I haven't heard whispers in the night, though I admit that the sound of whispering still causes me to tense up a bit. A friend whispered my name in a dark movie theater once, and I almost threw up. After we left Huxley, my parents did get me some help to work through the trauma of what I'd been through. I wasn't locked in any dark rooms or strapped to any beds. My family doesn't really talk about what happened too much, so I still don't know what my parents were thinking while I was being tormented. However, as an adult, I can see things a bit differently than I did back then. I can see that they were trying to do their best. I can understand that adults don't always want to talk to kids about scary subjects. And I realized that I didn't talk to them either. That's the lasting damage. I could get past the nightmares and panic attacks, but the rift between my parents and myself is something that never fully healed. I think that's part of why I had to come back to this place. For years, I've been reliving those half-remembered experiences through the eyes of a child. I've turned those memories into a story that made it easy to separate myself from the people around me, because nobody else could understand. However, the truth is that I never understood it either. Now that I'm back here, walking these streets and speaking to these people, Huxley doesn't get to be a construct of my imagination anymore. The colors that I've always remembered as ultra-vivid and otherworldly are just normal colors. It's just a place. I don't know what that means for the things I experienced here. I think that I experienced them as I saw them, but the longer I'm here, the more I doubt my childhood perception of what occurred. I can imagine a child, having just experienced the trauma of discovering a dead body, having nightmares and being unable to sleep. I can imagine that fatigue taking a toll on the child, and that child trying his best to make sense of a senseless situation. I can imagine a child being broken and needing help to put himself back together. So I understand if people hear what I have to say and think that I'm insane. That said, it doesn't change what I went through. If anything, it just muddles things even more in my head. I can see a rational view of it all, but I don't feel that view. What I feel is a knot in my stomach every time I even think about going out to the woods. What do I expect to find if I do go out there? I don't even know. Probably some grass and trees, I guess. But maybe something else, too. I don't have much time left in this place. Soon I will pack up my car and drive away from here once again, and hopefully I will be able to put this part of my past to rest. That's what I've really been looking for here. Whatever happened to me back then, real or imagined, it's over. I'm not the kid who left here. I've got a life to get on with, and I can't keep connecting everything back to this town. I don't know. Maybe I should just go out to the woods on my way out. Maybe I need to stand out there and see that it's just land. It's not a monster. It has no power. Maybe I need to lay some flowers beside the river and remember the real victims whose names we will probably never know. That's what makes me angry now. Even as I sit here, I can hear kids laughing and playing down the hall in my hotel. They're living carefree lives as every child should. The type of lives that those two kids by the river never got a chance to live. Even the town that claimed to care so deeply for those kids has moved on. The search for justice has been abandoned. Nothing will ever come of it. So yeah, I'm angry about that. Kids deserve better. And yet, there's still that knot in my stomach just thinking about the place. I know that I should go out there and pay my respects and put it all behind me once and for all. But something about it feels wrong. I don't know. I don't have the time to stop, really. I'll just say a prayer as I drive by. A prayer for peace. For all of us. I won't stop, though. I probably won't.
This is the voice of the Embers, where stories burn and fade.